What's good, YouTube family, friends, and folks out there? I'm back with another video. On this video, I want to talk about the breaking news. Trey Reed, a Delta State student's mystery pass. And this needs to be talked about right here. You know what I mean? This right here needs to make it all across the country. But this event took place in Cleveland, Mississippi, which is in the Delta of Mississippi, which is Bolivar County. But anyway, I'm about to read out this news article talking about this case, which is full of lies and BS. Check it. The Bolivar County coroner says they are conducting a thorough death investigation. Randolph Seals Jr. says 21-year-old Trey Reed did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, or broken bones, or injuries consistent with an assault. At this time, there is no evidence to suggest the individual was physically attacked before his death, said Seals Jr. Authorities say Reed's body was found hanging from a tree by a faculty member near the pickleball courts Monday around 7 a.m. The discovery led to all classes being canceled. Word spread quickly throughout the Cleveland campus, leaving students and others concerned. And a statement was made by a young black lady who is a student at Delta State. She said, "Well, because I am a black student, it really makes me feel unsafe," said DSU student Stacy Haskins. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stop right there. And this right here, the article, according to what they said, is inaccurate because you have to make it make sense. What black man, I don't care if they old, young, middle age, even a child, there's no black man on this planet Earth who will allow you to automatically walk up to them and just all of a sudden grab them and tie them to a rope and hang them on a tree. That don't add up. It had to be a scuffle. It had to be a fight. Even myself, send 3 white boys my way, and you think I'm gonna sit there and allow them just grab me off rip and then just tie me up on a rope and then hang me on a tree? That's not happening, Captain. I'm fighting back like a G. Understand me? But that's my point. Like, it don't add up. And it's like the news, the media has a history of lying, covering up cases, homicides. In the state of Mississippi, there are hundreds, maybe thousands of unsolved homicide cases till this day, dating back to the 30s and 40s. So that's my whole point. It don't add up. And we as a people, we have to stress the issue, force the issue, because we can't let these people continue to get away with these hangings and homicides, church burnings, and so forth. Understand me? But I'm about to read something else. Let me get my tablet right. I'm about to read something else. I'm about to explain and read out the history of Delta State University, because Delta State University has a history of racism, a history a history of racial hate. Well, this is the article. Delta State University has a racial history marked by racial tensions and activism, especially in the late 1960s when black students faced discrimination and staged a pivotal sit-in in 1969 after only being admitted a few years later. An incident resulted in the arrest and night-long imprisonment of protesters at the Parchment State Penitentiary, which is our biggest prison in the state of Mississippi. We are like a baby Angola. But anyway, that's the history right there. That's part of the history. But the black people who fought for our rights back then, and the ones that fought for their rights on that college campus, the organization is called the BSO, which is the Black Student Organization. A lot of people in Mississippi don't know much about the BSO, but the BSO at Delta State University is real. Almost like the college form of the Black Panthers in so many words. But I'm gonna read this out. This is what the Black Student Organization is all about. The Black Student Organization, Black students at Delta State face discrimination, leading them to form the Black Student Organization to advocate for better treatment, which this is what they fought for. They fought for racial discrimination, creating Black studies programs, and they fought for demanding improved campus resources and faculty representation and police brutality. Because you have polices back then on Delta State University campus, and you do till this day too. But back then they had to fight, against that, because you had a lot of police beatings. You had Caucasian students saying racial slurs to the Black students. You had Caucasian students spray painting racial slurs on the walls inside the Black dormitory, because you had the Black dormitories separated from the white dormitories back in the 60s, back in the days, and that happened during racial desegregation. And they faced all those, and plus they was limited on their education. Back then, Black students wasn't getting scholarships, not to my knowledge, or grants. It's like Black families had to struggle. They had to hustle. They had to make ends meet in order to send their kids to college. So back in those days, we had a lot of obstacles against us, in so many words. But I'm talking off topic. But back to the story about this homicide case. Like, it's a cover up, and this is not the first time that a hanging that took place in Mississippi has been covered up, and it's not the first time that the media in Mississippi has hopped online, has hopped on TV, has made blogs stating false information. You know what I mean? It's false information, man. It's just a cover up. It's more that took place than what they're actually are saying. And you have to think about it. In the state of Mississippi, we still have racial cases. We have racial crimes still taking place. Like last year, you have multiple truck drivers who were hanged in the state of Mississippi, and the case is still not solved to this day. And for the record, they haven't even broadcasted or talked about it on the main news media. Like, they don't talk about that in the news. And that's, and the reason why. I don't have to explain that, but it's a cover up. They never talk about this on the news at all. And that goes to show you how much they hate this skin color right here. They hate us. They can't stand us. Still, in Mississippi, always had a history of that. If you know history, you'll understand and realize Mississippi is where slavery began. You know what I mean? Like, slavery in the South is from Mississippi and Alabama, for the record. But we as a people, we had to learn to speak up more and stop allowing these people to get away with these crimes. You know what I mean? And the hate is real out here. Like, it's still going on to this day. And always remember that history always repeat itself. Remember that now. And history is repeating itself right now with these recent events that took place in the past couple years, especially with the truck drivers, from the truck drivers to young Black men, Black students on these college campuses. But Delta State University is not the only college with a racial history. You have colleges all across the South that has a dark history to that institution. But anyway, I said a whole mouthful. If you like this video, smash the like and subscribe button and drop your thoughts in the comment section. But anyway, I'm signing out. I'm out. Peace.